Guys, with me. Salute of our flag. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
have a roll call, please.
Mr. Meehan,
Here.
Mr. Wakilsky,
Here.
Ms. Casconi,
Here.
Ms. Divanazia,
Here.
Mr. Balin,
Here.
Ms. Mazie,
Here.
Ms. Lopez.
Here.
Mr. Weitzman,
Here.
Mr. Lynch,
Here.
Mr. Semrau,
Here.
Mr. Pasternak is absent, Mr. Henry,
Here.
Ms. Boswich is here.
Okay, thank you. I would like to welcome back our town attorney, Mr. Fred Semrau, who's been dealing with some health issues. As somebody who went through some health issues myself, I know how important and impactful well wishes and prayers are. So I hope you all keep him in good thoughts. He's a great man and has been missed, and he seems to be well on the road to recovery. So welcome back, Fred.
Thank you very much, Madam. Means a lot. Thank you.
Notice of this meeting has been provided through resolution adopted by the mayor and council on December 15th, 2025 at its regular meeting of the mayor and town council at the Boonton Town Hall, 100 Washington Street, Boonton, New Jersey. And by electronic mailing to the citizens of Morris County and the Daily Record newspapers through posting on the town website and by filing a copy of the same with the town clerk. Members of the public are also permitted to submit written comments prior to the meeting via mail or email, which may be summarized or read in their entirety during the public comment period. All public comments, whether during the public portion of the meeting or submitted beforehand, shall be limited to no greater than 3 minutes in duration. At this point, we'll move on to our administrator and committee reports, starting with Administrator Mr. Neil Henry.
Thank you, Mayor. Highlights from the Administrator's Office for the time period of April 7th through today include the following. I participated in the continuing search for the new town administrator. I also conducted interviews for firms to provide additional water engineering services. I prepared information to be shared as part of the town's quarterly safety meeting with our department heads and risk manager. Handled several issues related to litigation and personnel. Would like to announce a couple of issues. Mechanic Street is closed this week in order for work to be done by a construction company. And a reminder, the town of Boonton is holding a public information center meeting to inform residents, officials, and the general community in phase 1 of the Main Street revitalization project. Members of the public are encouraged to participate by providing comments at the meeting by mail or by email. A presentation will be held here at Town Hall tomorrow from 4 to 7 p.m. Community outreach is a vital part of the project. Members of the public who cannot attend tomorrow's meeting can submit their comments to Laura Wagner, our special project coordinator. Comments need to be provided no later than May 19th, 2026 to be included in the project record. That completes my report this evening.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Mr. Henry?
Mr. Henry, will that meeting be streamed tomorrow or recorded so that people can view it at a later time if they have questions?
I don't have the answer to that. I will find that out for you and let you know in the morning.
Thank you.
I'd have one question for you too, Mr. Henry. So the time schedule 4 to 7 p.m. Is there presentations in between there? Is there something that's going to run?
Just a rolling open house format.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, next up, Finance Personnel, Councilmember Weissman.
Thank you, Mayor. So just a reminder to everybody that Monday, May 4th, the next council meeting will be the public hearing on the budget. So if you have any, Mr. Yazdi, our CFO's presentation is online on the budget summaries page of our website. So I encourage everyone to go look at that. Any questions, please reach out. And again, we'll have a public hearing on that May 4th. And then for my colleagues up here, that'll be our opportunity to vote on the budget. So that's coming. Wanted to also note a couple items on the agenda that have gone through the Finance Committee, including a demolition ordinance, which has been, a great deal of work to get that in there, as well as a land sale related to ordinance we're introducing tonight. And then work continues by the committee for our trash ordinance. And I'll be the first, I assume many, to say, it's a needed ordinance, but also thanks to everyone who came out to participate in the town cleanup. It was an incredible turnout, and it's something that was exciting to see. So that trash ordinance, I hope, will be coming pretty soon.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Councilmember Weissman? Seeing none, we'll move on to the Police Committee. Councilmember Cascone.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Police Committee met last week. We discussed several items, first of which was the vandalization of Pepe Park that seems to be ongoing. We are asking all town members that if you see any vandalizing happening, to please call the police department and not Tracy Pryor. It is all well and good that you're letting Tracy know that these things are happening. However, the police department also needs to be made aware. So please reach out to them first. The police completed active threat training while school was out on spring break. This was a live training that was held. 30 officers ran through the program. Apparently it was very, very successful. So thank you to all the officers involved with that. There is currently an e-bike presentation on the Boonton Police Department Facebook page. This was recorded by Officer Ferris. It is a 7.5-minute long presentation. I would suggest anybody who has children who has e-bikes or is curious about the new ordinance that has gone into effect to please review that very, very well done video. And updating on some striping. We're doing crosswalks and I believe parking spots today on Main Street tonight. So please, if you have your car parked on Main Street, please remove it so we can have those parking spots striped. And that is all I have.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Councilmember Cascone?
I do. So Pepe Field is a passion of mine. I was just wondering how are we going to prevent this kind of vandalism from happening? I understand there was light poles that were knocked down. Tons of trash in that park. I walk through that park probably every other day and pick up bags and bags of garbage, you know, and we do have waste receptacles there. So my question is, how do we handle this type of vandalism? And what can we do to protect that park?
Well, I know that there are cameras that will be installed in the park at various places.
Okay.
So that should help as well. Anybody who has Ring cameras that are facing the park, if they have video of any vandalism that has happened, the police can view that as well. And again, it is a see something, say something situation.
So there's operating hour sign on that park. And I think it starts, I don't know the exact, but I believe there's opening at 5:30 in the morning for the walkway. And then the entire park opens at 8, and then it shuts down at 9 p.m. during summer hours. And I think that is noted on there. It's April through September, and then the times change. Is it considered trespassing once that park is closed if people are in there? At a closed, I don't know. I'm just putting it out to council. I mean, if anybody else.
Well, how about we do this? It's raised, there's a concern on an entire dais. Can you
Yes.
bring it up, make it option number 1 on the next police committee meeting? Say we have to,
Absolutely.
what can we do? And then
Okay.
perhaps come back with
That'd be
a more
perfect.
informed response,
Yes.
because she'd just be surmising.
Yeah,
you know.
that's perfect.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I had one.
Sure.
Any update on 2 crosswalks on Wooten at Green and I believe Cornelia, which were previously scheduled to be completed this month?
I know that they are on the list to be completed, but that is being taken over by the DPW.
Okay.
So Nick, just to kind of a follow-up on that, just before Bob left, he got quotes on all striping to be done. Okay, and it was a good price. We discussed it in police committee meeting. The decision was made to go out, stripe the crosswalks, stripe the stop bars. I think now it's just a matter of getting on their list. We were looking, obviously waiting for spring to come. We were targeting April. April is here, so we can follow up. We have a DPW meeting on Monday. We can follow up.
I'll be there.
with them on that. But to Danielle's point, I did speak to Chief Patonic and Eric Gore, who strongly believes that all of this should be rolled in under the DPW and no longer part of the police department.
Okay.
So we're going to be moving in that direction.
That's fine. It actually started under DPW some time ago. So I am somewhat concerned about delays. But I'll follow up at Monday's DPW meeting. Thank you.
Next up, Planning Board, Councilmember Mazie.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So we had our planning board meeting on 4/8, and we approved the minutes from March 11th. There was also an application for 103 Oak Street, which came back, had to be represented. That was approved, so a single-family dwelling is now a two-family dwelling at 103 Oak. There was also something that was called the expedited waiver site plan for two specific buildings or areas on Main Street. What this means is that there's minor changes that don't affect any variance laws, but they don't require any kind of plans. So it's kind of like an expedited, they come in front of the planning board, they ask for certain things, and those things were looked at and granted. So what is going to happen at it's 508 to 512 Main Street. It's a mixed-use building currently right now. And I think what they want to do is to be able to put some residential living space there. But the living spaces have to be a certain size. They can't go back to like that 250 square foot dwelling. So they have to be a certain size. So that's going to happen at 508 through 512 Main Street. And also 312 Main Street also asks for this particular EWSP is what they call it. New business was brought to the planning board through Mark Roble, and he had made some notations about the Vreeland buildings that were down. I think they call them the Knoll Edge. The Knoll Edge. So he noticed that there were some concrete pads that didn't have any kind of structure on it. So he had asked the question, what are these going to be for future structures? Nobody had the answer for that. So that was going to be looked into by Brianna Clemens to see if there was any approvals that were put forth with that. There was also a comment that was also made on the planning board for that old farmhouse on Vreeland. They had taken down some trees. I think they were allotted a certain amount of trees, and they basically, I think, cleared the lot. That is going to be looked back into by Patrick Laverty and zoning board. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to bring that particular residence in front of the planning board again to justify what has happened down there with all those trees. And that does complete my report out. If anyone has any questions.
Any comments or questions? I have a couple comments.
Sure.
The Knoll Edge still has to fulfill their affordable housing requirement. So it's quite possible that the concrete slabs may be for those units. I think they have to have 2 or 3 units
Two.
down there.
Perfect.
And the Cricket Hill, the former Reed property with the clear cut, Pat's already been in contact with them. They're going to remediate that. They're going to come forward with a full planting plan. I think being I'm on the guy's team, I shouldn't say that. The husband just went ballistic and took all stuff down and without the wife's permission, and they are addressing that. So that's in the works. So that's going to be taken care of.
Okay.
I think somebody's offered him 50 free trees or something today.
Thank you for that.
Mayor, just 103 Oak Street. Is that, I guess, number one, is that still a tax exempt property? You know?
It is, and I believe there's a deed restriction. So should it change hands, I think it goes back to a single family.
But in the two-family approval, is there a requirement that both
Yes.
sides, meet that?
Okay, Booton Homes Library. Next up, Mayor Lynch.
No, you.
Board of Ed, I'm sorry, Danielle. Next up, Board of Education, Councilmember Cascone, which has a check mark next.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The BOE met on 4/13. There was a resignation. The middle school music teacher has resigned as of end of the school year. We had a National Avid Demonstration Day where we had a bunch of regional representatives come to our school to view our Avid program. There was a max of 25 participants and we maxed out. We had 25 people come and view our Avid program to rave reviews. As a matter of fact, viewing our program was the reason why 2 schools are moving forward with this program. They loved what they saw and they were inspired by how Booton is handling it. So congratulations to everybody at Booton who runs that program. There was an update back from the teachers on the new professional development model this year. The Students are no longer having a half day on the first Monday of the month, and they're finding that's working very well for the teachers and for the students. So we'll definitely be doing that moving forward. There is a new walkie-talkie system for the entire district. It's going to be available to all admin and our security officer. It's going to be about 35 to 40 units for the school. They're hoping that helps with all, any security issues that might arise. It's also less expensive than the current system that's being used. There was a resolution for the purchase of new Chromebooks. There was a large price increase for Chromebooks, and we're able to get them at a discounted rate earlier in the year. So they will be purchasing new Chromebooks. They were also able to be awarded a local recreation grant to update the safety and aesthetics of the Boonton High School gym. So they got about $68,000 awarded to get some updates, much needed updates done.
Bleachers?
Yes, they're fixing the bleachers.
Woo.
They passed the preliminary budget, and that will, the final budget will be passed at the next BOE meeting.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Councilmember Cascone?
Do you happen to know what the final tax increase for the budget is? That's we could follow up afterwards.
Was it 599?
I think it was either 599 or 525.
Ouch.
Mhm.
Okay, moving on.
I do
Oh,
have
sorry.
one question for Councilmember Cascone. In that discussion about the purchases Chromebooks, a lot of districts I've seen recent reports are moving away from using screens in the classrooms, and I'm wondering if the Board of Ed is considering revamping their screen policies, acknowledging that Chromebooks are kind of an essential tool at this point.
Not to my knowledge. There hasn't been any discussion of the update in how teachers are utilizing screens up at this point.
Would you be willing to ask that question for me, please?
I will happily ask that question.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, now, Putin Holmes
Now to
Library.
the library.
Okay. I unfortunately have some unpleasant news. I believe Lottie had a death in her family, and I believe she's over in Portugal attending to some family matters. So she's away for a while, and Jess Mondino's kind of running the shop for a short period of time. There was a meeting, I believe it was a week ago Monday. They recounted some of the activities they ran this past month. On March 15th, they had a Metropolitan Saxophone Quartet perform. On March 28th, they had the Oils of the Bible with Jack Sassaman of Seoul, Wyoming. On March 29th, they had a yoga and art mini retreat. Looking ahead, in celebration of the I'm not gonna say the word, 250th anniversary of the American Revolution.
Semi-quincentennial.
Thank you. They're planning a couple of events, including a patriotic concert, a freedom-themed mini art challenge, and several Revolution Center presentations. Summer reading and summer art programs are in line for the summer. The teen room being funded by a very generous donation from a deceased former resident is moving along quite well. And the audit is almost done for 2025. That concludes my report. Anybody have any questions regarding the library? No? Thank you. Moving on, Parks and Rec, Councilmember Mina.
Thank you, Mayor. The board the committee actually met on April 7th. A couple big successes coming into the month of April. We had a good Easter egg hunt. Bocce ball started, that filled up to capacity, so that's underway. Pickleball still going on at John Hill. Another session starts on May 12th. Spring track's going on. There's multi-sports, cheerleading, dance and whatnot down at Canal Side Park. Thought we're getting ready for all this outside activity, but we enjoyed the weather last week. We got hit with reality again today. So I'm sure that cold weather is going to be slowing down our ability to start getting the pickleball courts built up at Canal Side Park, but warm weather is on the horizon. We have our big car show coming up on Monday. Not Monday, Sunday rather. So hopefully everyone can come out and see that. That's usually a big success, big part of town. A lot of people come in for that. We are planning a movie night at Grace Lord Park, different locale this year. Still deciding on what movie to have, but we're looking for a good turnout there. And speaking of Grace Lord Park in the summer, I know Baca has announced their concert schedule. So those of you looking to plan your summer and your outdoor concerts, that is now ready to go. Any activities, check the website, see what's going on. But we're starting to get some warm weather, a lot of activities going on. That's all.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Councilmember Meehan? Seeing none, we'll move on to Fire Department. Councilmember Di Venezia.
Okay, so the fire department has been extraordinarily busy in the last month, especially just in the last week. They have answered multiple mutual aid calls out of town on major fires. They have responded to numerous gas leak calls. And as we provide aid to other communities, they also provide aid to us in Boonton when we have a vehicle out of service or when we are otherwise occupied. I cannot say enough about the professionalism of the people who serve. Just in the last 24 hours, I believe they responded to 5 calls, one of which was a major fire. So there's been several car fires. They go up and down 287. They are always where they need to be. So and apparently engine 305 is in service. So I'm going to contact the chief and ask for a tour. And that is basically it.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Councilmember Di Venezia?
I got one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is there any way we can get stats on the percentage of outside mutual aid services that we go on? Any calls? Can we get stats on that?
To the chief.
I actually have some of that data.
Oh, do you? Okay,
I'm happy to share with you.
thank you.
Okay, moving on to correspondence.
Can you share it with me too then?
Certainly.
Thank you.
We have an email from Lorraine Clark of the Boonton EMS. Hello, Boonton Volunteer EMS would like to hold our annual coin toss during EMS week on May 20th, 21st, and 22nd from 3 p.m. until sundown. I attach our insurance information. Please let me know if you need anything else from me. Thank you for your help. Lorraine Clark, Second Lieutenant, Boonton Volunteer EMS. Any motion to open this up for council discussion?
So moved, Bukowski.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, anybody have any comments or concerns? I think this is pretty much a standard annual event.
To be first in line to drop my 20 in the bucket.
Do we need them to specifically say where this is taking place?
I think that could be part of motion to approve pending satisfaction of all requirements. I think they're gonna provide that, but I
Okay.
think it's right across the street.
I know, I'm just from a formal standpoint.
They typically provide that, Liz,
Yes, that's.
one of the requirements.
Yeah,
Perfect, thank you.
they're gonna provide insurance.
Okay, they indicated that they did, but provide insurance already. Her email indicates that she already provided insurance.
Yes.
Well, if I don't see any other comments, I would call for motion to approve pending satisfaction of all requirements.
So moved, Bukowski.
Second, Balin.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Second email from Kim Traina Nolan. I'm sorry. Is that
You
right?
got it.
Tim Traina Nolan of Boonton Rainbow Pride. Good day. Boonton's 6th annual Boonton Rainbow Pride Day 2026 is rapidly approaching, and we, BRP members, are so excited to have the community join in for the creation of the annual Rainbow Pride artwork structure. I would like to request to the town council that the rainbow structure created on Boonton Pride Day 6/20/26 be allowed to remain in Graceford Park through the end of June 26. Please place this request on the agenda for next public meeting. Sincerely, Kim Traina Nolan, ERP member. Okay, a motion to open this up for council discussion.
So moved, Di Venezia.
Seconded, Casconi.
All in favor?
Aye.
Similar to the prior request, this is pretty much an annual event, so I don't think anybody's objected to it. But any comments or questions? That's the time to raise them. Seeing none, I'd call for motion to approve pending satisfaction of all requirements.
So moved, Bukowski.
Seconded, Casconi.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you all. Next up, consent agenda, resolutions 26-108 to 26-113. I'd call for motion to open this up for council discussion.
So,
So moved, Casconi.
second, Weissman.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any comments or questions?
The only question I have is that there are 2 different service providers in 26-110 and 26-111 for similar services.
It's to expand our population of who we can use.
That was my question, and thank you for answering it.
Anything else? I did, even though I wasn't at the meeting, I did go through the minutes and saw a statement that I didn't think was accurate. Council member, this is regarding the $900,000 bond ordinance. Council member commented the purpose of these bonds is to upgrade the Wellfield water treatment plant, which is long overdue. We actually have a separate multi-million-dollar bond ordinance for that purpose. This is preemptive. The PFAS standards have become more strict. And what we're going to do is purchase a system that well ahead of the deadline, we're going to improve the PFAS standards from our Wellfield where the majority of the water comes. And then when the multi-million-dollar project is done over there, we're going to move this over to our Taylortown program. So it's a temporary fix. We're trying to be preemptive. So I guess, I don't know, it's the DEP or whoever, increase the standards and we're complying ahead of schedule.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Okay, you're welcome. Any other comments or questions? Then I would close the council discussion and call for a motion to move the consent agenda forward.
So moved, Weissman?
Second, Venezia.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Ms. Castone?
Yes.
Ms. Venezia?
Yes.
Ms. Lopez?
Yes.
Mr. Mason?
Yes.
Mr. Moon?
Yes.
Mr. Weissman?
Yes.
Mr. Wojciechowski?
Yes.
Mayor Lynch?
Yes. Next up, unfinished business, ordinance 6-26, public hearing, proposed adoption. An ordinance amending the revised general ordinances of the town of Booton and providing for licensing and regulation of massage, bodywork, and somatic therapy establishments.
Mayor, as a point of order, I'm going to make a motion and ask for a second to table this ordinance for a little bit of further work, which I will take the lead on. I'm happy to work with any council members who would like to.
I second that motion.
Yeah, I think it's fine. There's been a lot of correspondence
Yeah.
and let's get it right.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Thank you.
does this require a roll call or can we do a voice vote?
It should require a roll call because it's on for public hearing.
Do we get a roll call, please, Liz?
Sure. Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Ms. Castone?
Yes.
Ms. Venezia?
Yes.
Ms. Lopez?
Yes.
Susie?
Yes.
Mr. Moon?
Yes.
Mr. Weissman?
Yes.
Mr. Wojciechowski?
Yes.
Mayor Lynch?
Yes.
I'd like to help.
Okay.
So Mayor, would we have a new date that this has been tabled to so that perhaps that would help Liz?
Yeah, I think
That
we
have
could-
to advertise the public hearing.
Thank
If
you.
we
I-
Announce it now, we might not have to do that. I mean, we could still.
Sure. I'm happy to make the official that we're tabling it to Monday, May 4th, to the next meeting.
If
I think
everybody's
that's-
in favor
There's
of
one
that.
minor
I
issue.
think there's one or two minor things that we can
There's a
correct.
couple of language cleanup
Yeah.
that need to happen here.
There's a couple, so, any council member would like to work on this, just reach out to me.
Ordinance 8-26, public hearing, proposed adoption. An ordinance amending a section within the town code of the town of Booton, article. Liz, I really need you to put these in English for, I'm not good at Roman numerals. 18, thank you. General provisions, chapter 300, zoning and land use, section 300-71-1, construction permits and construction plans required. Can I get a motion to open this up for public comment?
Well, move, Wojciechowski.
Seconded, Maisy.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any members of the public wishing to come forward, to discuss this particular ordinance? The microphone's yours. Please just step forward and introduce yourself, and the mic is yours for 3 minutes. Seeing none, I would close the public comment section and call for motion to open this up for town council discussion.
So move, Weiss.
Go ahead.
So move, Weissman.
Second, Wojciechowski.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any members of the council have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding this particular ordinance?
No, just a thanks to Mr. Henry, Mr. Laverty, and the Finance Personnel Administration Committee for like a lot of hard work to get this ordinance, and this, I think it's an important one.
Great. Then I would call for motion to move ordinance 926 forward.
So moved, Balin.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Yes.
Ms. Castone?
Yes.
Ms. Venezia?
Yes.
Ms. Lopez?
Yes.
Ms. Maisy?
Yes.
Mr. Meehan?
Yes.
Mr. Weissman?
Yes.
Mr. Wojciechowski?
Yes.
Mayor Lynch?
Yes. Ordinance 10-26, introduction title only. An ordinance authorizing the sale of town-owned real property no longer
Mayor.
needed.
Mayor, point of information, I think we need to ordinance 9-26. What we just did was ordinance 8.
One.
Yeah. So I think just as a point of information, for the minutes to reflect that the vote we just cast was for ordinance 8-26.
Did I use the wrong
I think
number?
you said 9. I was gonna let slide, but now we're gonna.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, just so we make. Yeah.
Ordinance 9-26, public hearing, proposed adoption. An ordinance amending the town code of the town of Booton to update the water and sewer connection fees based on equivalent dwelling units, EDUs. Okay, I call for a motion to open this up for a public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any members of the public wishing to come forward to discuss ordinance 9-26 regarding the water and sewer connection fees, please step forward and introduce yourself.
Hi, Mike.
Some stranger. I just need to clean mine. Yep.
Michael Wade, 250 Rockaway Street. I was reading through this. And being on a fixed income and looking around at apartments and whether everything's escalating. This is some reasonable things for some. Going from, I got to do this. You're going from 2,100 to 3,000. You're going from 1,700 to $2,500. If somebody comes in to build anything, they want to put a two-family house in a regular house on a piece of property. They have to look into these costs. If a builder comes in and wants to do something, this inflates the price of the house. You know this stuff. Now, I don't know what the purpose is, at least money on this. Why do we have to rate this?
Can I answer that?
It's right there in the fourth.
They haven't been adjusted in like 15 years. And they're going up by inflation rates. And we're expecting some very large developments coming through. We want to make sure they contribute to the very costly thing. We just approved a $900,000 bond ordinance to upgrade our water utility system. It was a multi-million-dollar.
Yeah.
I understand that. Everything's spiraling out. What you do? I see it, everybody sees it. So you go get a plumber to come to hot water again. Oh, that's $4,500. 6 years ago it was 11. You know, it has to stop somewhere. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Your comments are recorded. Thank you.
Hey, Mayor, if I could just add that this is for new users in the system. So,
Yes.
and it goes to capital. So they get the benefit of joining the system and all the capital that everybody else has contributed to. So for the reason that you've updated this and it's been revisited, it's so that they pay more of an appropriate rate to join and get the benefits of the system that everybody else has paid for. That helps.
Okay, thank you. Any other members of the public? Then I would close the public section and open this up for council discussion. Good. Call for motion, open up for council.
So moved, Evenesia.
Second, Balin.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any members of the council have any comments or questions or concerns on this particular ordinance?
The only comment I have is that this is something that's long overdue.
You.
You know, and I'm not happy about it either, but you know. Can't give it away for free.
It was discussed in the FPA committee. This was advised by our water operator, looking at comps, looking at the length of time that it's been since an increase.
And we have very significant capital improvements planned in the future, multi-million dollars.
Yes.
All right, seeing no other council comments, I'd call for motion to move ordinance 9-26 forward.
So moved, Evenesia.
Second, Milkowski.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Balin?
Yes.
Ms. Casconi?
Yes.
Ms. Divanasia?
Yes.
Ms. Lopez?
Yes.
Ms. Mazie?
Yes.
Mr. Meehan?
Yes.
Mr. Weissman?
Yes.
Mr. Wekilsky?
Yes.
Mayor Lynch?
Yes. Ordinance 10-26. An ordinance authorizing sale is introduction title only. An ordinance authorizing the sale of town-owned real property no longer needed for public use by private sale to contiguous property owners. Generally, on introduction, we don't have discussion on it, but I did notice when I was going through it, it references a minimum price, but I don't think the ordinance specifies a minimum price. So rather than introducing it and then having material change, you know, we should probably either do it now or table it until.
I'll make a motion to table this ordinance
Second.
to May 4th. Table to Monday, May 4th.
Okay. Can we get a roll call, please?
Should there be a second?
Second.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Mr. Balin?
Yes.
Ms. Casconi?
Yes.
Ms. Divanasia?
Yes.
Ms. Lopez?
Yes.
Ms. Mazie?
Yes.
Mr. Meehan?
Yes.
Mr. Weissman?
Yes.
Mr. Wekilsky?
Yes.
Mayor Lynch?
Yes. Next up is our town council members, administrator, and town attorney comments. Open up for anybody on the dais cares to bring up any topic they wish. Floor is yours.
I would like to extend my thanks to the Green Team, to Melissa and Natalie for the fantastic job that they did on Saturday, coordinating and running the townwide cleanup. I think we had a really good, a really good day. We got a lot done. A lot of bags of garbage were picked up. The town looks wonderful. And again, thank you for all of the work you've done and making sure that everybody was able to see that this event was happening, and, all the work that you did. It is appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, I would like to extend my gratitude to the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts because they turned out in droves, I think. That was very nice to see multi-generations there as a family unit. So that was very nice.
Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts help out every year.
Well, there was a tremendous turnout.
Mayor, just one for me, just
Sure.
A number of folks have approached me and talked a significant number of trees that were taken down along the reservoir on Jersey City property. And just wanted to share, that I know Mr. Laverty's on top of that, trying to identify where that came from, who was authorized, how it got authorized, and what remedies there are. So
Yeah,
I know
originally-
a lot of people have been asking about it, so we're
Originally, there's some question whether or not we had jurisdiction over Jersey City, and we do.
Right.
So Pat has been on a case, and whoever we contacted wasn't
Didn't-
aware they were
didn't-
taken down.
right,
But
didn't have
they
any
are, they are subject to our ordinance, so
Mhm.
that will be remedied.
Yeah, and if there, and any fines, we have a municipal tree fund.
Yep.
So thanks to everyone who's raised that issue, because it was a lot of trees.
Anyone?
Yeah, I just wanted to very quickly mention that it is bear season. And so I would like to request people who put their trash out in bags instead of in cans to be aware that it's going to draw bears, it's going to draw other vermin, and maybe we should try to use cans whenever possible. Please, because I'm tired of looking at vultures picking at the trash.
Anyone else?
Mayor, I have one.
Sure.
One follow-up to Marie's question about the live stream on the.
Yeah.
So that will not be live streamed?
No.
It'll be more of an open house question and answer period, so anybody who wants to come in is able to do that. So there's no formal presentation. And then Laura tells me there will be a formal presentation at the next council meeting.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So that's Monday, May 4th. There'll be a formal presentation from the town.
That's
Oh, a
correct.
busy night.
That's all I have.
Any other council members? Okay, seeing none, I'll close that section and open the meeting up to the public. Any members of the public wishing to come forward to make a comment, please do so. Introduce yourself, and the microphone's yours.
I don't think it's long.
I don't think so.
Danielle, you're up.
What's this?
There we go. Green means go.
Yeah, green is good.
Green means good.
Thank you so much. Hi. Dr. Susanna Pittman, resident of Randolph, but owner of Balance Acupuncture Center located at 550 West Main Street. Proudly so for the last 19 years. I really appreciate that you tabled ordinance 626 tonight. It's a really important ordinance. I understand the intent behind it. The intent behind it truly is to mitigate the exploitation that happens within the massage therapy field, which is just atrocious. But at the same time, there is language in this ordinance that, in my opinion, having been in that space for 26 years, that inhibits other professionals doing very legit work from doing that work properly. One of those things is in section 213-13 exceptions, specifically on your agenda, where the one that we received out there, it's on page 13. If you printed up the ordinance, it's on page 11. But specifically sections A, B, and C, it says the provisions of this section shall not apply to massage, bodywork, or somatic therapies as follows. Those given in the office of a licensed physician, chiropractor, or physical therapist, those given by a regularly established medical center, hospitalization, sanatorium having a staff which includes licensed physicians, chiropractors, and physical therapists, and those given by any licensed physician, chiropractor, or physical therapist in the residence of his or her patient. I would ask that you consider adding acupuncturist to that list, and this is why. First of all, it's not about my ability to do those things. Those are within my scope of practice. Massage, bodywork, and somatic therapy under state regulations is within my scope of practice. What that's about for me in my profession is being able to hire someone that can come in and do those various services. And let me just explain too that we're not just talking about massage therapy where people disrobe and get oil and massaged, their muscles. We're talking about techniques that many times people are fully clothed, they're light touch, and they're very gentle. Things like craniosacral therapy, zero balancing, myofascial release. These are really great techniques that integrate really well into massage therapy. And my worry is that by excluding acupuncture within this specific section of the ordinance, it then limits the ability for acupuncturists such as myself to incorporate that into practices, which ultimately then limits access to care. This kind of ordinance is not uncommon in a lot of towns that want to mitigate the activity that happens within these establishments. But at the same time, over and over again, I've heard from other professionals how the language then limits their ability to make these offerings. And it's becoming harder and harder for me to find a really good available craniosacral therapist or really good available zero balancing therapist. These really wonderful niche modalities that are really great for people's health. So with that, and my concerns are not just limited to just this section. I have other thoughts too, and I'm very willing and open to speak with any of you about that. Again, I have 26 years of experience within this field. I've got knowledge that I can probably help you to craft the best ordinance for this town so that this town receives the care that they should receive and also mitigates the activity that we do not want to have here. So thank you again for introducing this. Thank you for tabling this, and I'm here for you. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Anyone else? Oh, sure.
My name is James Estes. I live at 325 Essex Avenue, and I have two issues. One is at the corner of where Fanny Road and Essex
Yeah.
meets, that has become a de facto parking lot for the YMCA. Not so bad right now. There are 4 or 5 cars there. Who cares? But during the summertime, they park on both sides. And now, if there's a landscaping truck coming one way, or most of the time they can't even get through, the road is blocked because it's so narrow. Or the other way is we're waiting for someone to come up, which causes the traffic to back up onto Fanny Road then. So all I would ask for, is there something that we can do about that? In other words, could we limit parking to one side so that you have enough room to get a vehicle up and down without having to go 3 miles an hour to scooch through there? That's my first thing. The front of my property is town land. There's nothing going on there. I weed whack it. I keep it clean. I do all those things, which is fine. I don't care. What I would like to explore through the town or something is, would it be possible to do a meadow planting there? The land really is not much good for anything else, but if we were to plant flowers, especially perennial flowers, good for the environment, decarbonization, and once established, it will renew year after year after year. So it's a very low cost upfront for a very long-term gain. And then people who come down Essex Avenue, it will be very beautiful in the spring. So it's just, those are the two items I would like to have you ask and consider.
All right. Thank you for your comments. I don't recognize you. The way this typically works is when we're done with the public comment, then I try to answer your questions.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I'm sorry.
No, you finish. And if there's anybody else, then I'll try to answer your questions. Anyone else? Oh, here comes another one. If you can.
Again, Mike Wade, 250 Rockaway Street, Boonton, New Jersey. I had one thing, like, no, two. What are we doing with the theater? I noticed that we're gonna be selling properties. We purchased the theater in 2000, whatever. And the idea was to buy the bank, which we did, move the post office over there, build the parking lot next there and make the whole front. Well, that's gone. Now we have a theater that's sitting there. You go get your hair cut and the guy says, to me, when are we gonna change the sign? Nothing's going on there. So we used to either sell it, and government and business doesn't work, trust me. And, or hire a management company to get the thing up and running, get it up and running. And the people that ran the Newton Theater, which is part of Skylands, I have access to the gentleman who did that. If anybody wants to get a hold of me, I'll get his name and number. He's more than happy to tell you how to do it. They're booked every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They don't have the parking issues, but Wooten's gonna have parking issues until I'm 174. And they've had them forever. So that's not the real, that's not the game changer. People want to come here, and I went there when it was running. You find a place to park. You might have a little love note from the town, but other than that, you know, it's $10 or whatever. The second thing is, I was thinking about the vandalism thing. And what bothers me today is honor, respect. And people today have lost it. I mean, you go on social media, everybody's killing people, they hate people, everybody hates everybody. Why can't we just begin to calm that mess down and start talking to people like human beings? Like I talk to Ben all the time. He told me
All the time.
Hey, he told me, hey, you told me you took a shower last week,
That's
man,
right, that's right.
with soap.
I didn't say the soap part.
Oh, well,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry. But you know.
That's
why
a
can't we
joke,
just
by the
do
way. I
it?
shower every day.
Talk to people
Just to be clear,
and
yeah.
get this thing, because you go down Main Street on a Friday, people get into the yellow zone and they automatically put the flashes on like it's get out of jail free. You can't go around the corner up to Booton because they park in the middle of the street and let the kids out. And they don't care. There's no reason, it just doesn't seem to be, we're losing fact of that. We're supposed to be a community. Yeah, we differ on ideas and then that's great, but respect each other, be nice to each other. That just hit me when you said about the vandalism. And, you know, it goes back, also vandalism goes back to parents. You know, years ago, if you got hit in school, when you got home, you got it worse. It's just the way it was. And then it just seems to be getting out of control. We need to really work on this division stuff and really get together on what we can get together. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, I'll try to answer some of the questions regarding the Essex Avenue parking. Councilmember Cascone is the chair of our police committee. It'll be on next month's agenda, see what we can do. Maybe we can do different parking hours during the summer, but certainly, you know, when you get together with the committee and police chief.
The agenda.
Okay, great. Meadow planning. We have this wonderful new organization called the Green Teams, always looking for little projects. I think I see Melissa back there. Give me the thumbs up. So can you add that to your next agenda? Perhaps that's a project that you all can take on. Okay, regarding the theater.
Mayor, can I ask a question about the planting part?
Sure.
Which is there any kind of town approval that's needed for that to happen, or can the,
It's town property.
right? So who makes the decision to do it? Because I think it's a great idea. I just want to make sure.
To participate in helping the project.
Right.
I'm not bringing it and dropping it at the feet of the town. I'm more than willing to buy whatever amount of curated seed you need for that to get it
So-
started. So
Melissa, when is the next Green Team meeting?
May 11th.
But I guess what I'm questioning is, as a point of information, could we just make a motion right now to approve the planting of male per working with the Green Team? It is. It's that's why I'm asking.
Let's find out what the properties, I think it's a little premature. so-
Okay.
But we're working, if you can make yourself available for the second meeting, second Monday in May, you can come and we can explore the options. Okay? Regarding the theater, we hired a professional with experience with 500 local theaters throughout the country. He looked at it, did some financial projections, came back and said, don't spend any more money till you find somebody to operate it. We did an RFP trying to find an operator. We got zero response. We did the follow-up RFP and then followed up with, we got a single response from somebody we all felt was undercapitalized and didn't really pursue that. So we reached out to some of the vendors who expressed interest, who didn't respond, and we're trying to explore options with them. What we're finding is it looks like all the risk will be on the town, and they're happy to come in and run it for us for a fee. And, you know, I believe you're on the council, or you may have been on the council when we voted by this. That was certainly different than what was proposed to us. So we're still wrestling with that. It's unfortunate we have a somewhat blighted property in town that's not generating revenue, that's depreciating and becoming less useful, but it's a big commitment. I think it's uniformly agreed that it could be a wonderful addition to our catalytic driver for our Main Street corridor, but it comes at a great cost, and we're weighing our options. You know, unfortunately, you know, as being a member of the council, Mike, you know that the government moves rather slow. You know, it's just the way it is, but it's a big investment. Right now, it's potentially a $20 million project, and it'd be a ton of debt to take on. So we have to be careful there. Regarding vandalism, I don't have an answer for that. You know, we did, it's going to be on the police committee's agenda. And regarding parking in the yellow, I have good news for you. Just today, myself and Laura Wagner spoke with a representative of the Safety Six organization, and there's going to be automated policing of those yellow no parking zones, and it will generate indisputable evidence if you park there illegally. We're going to kind of break the trend that people seem to believe that I put my flashers on, I can do whatever I want. That's not going to hold up. So we are addressing that. And I expect some people are going to be happy and some aren't, but it's really a safety issue. Like you said, you can't see around the corner. Somebody gets hit, you know, stepping out behind a car that shouldn't be there. That's why we're going to have the Safety Six. So that ends it on public comment. I'd call for motion to adjourn.
So moved, Wilkowski.
Second, Stephen Eastia.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all for coming out.